All right, out of the 262, that's Wisconsin. So a friend is opening a candle store and wanted to have my product in their shop. After months of talking about it and being on the same page, now I'm not sure being in business together is good. I don't want to ruin our friendship, so I told them that I don't want business to affect our relationship. They said fine, but clearly were upset and haven't spoken to me in almost a month. Should I reach out and make sure that we're good, or is this friendship over?
It's not over at all. Pick up the phone and call them or just go to lunch, smooth things over. Stuff like this happens all the time. I mean, I would have still kept my product in there. It's just, at their store. It's just to keep up, and that way you make more sales. But you already made the decision. So be the bigger person and call them and make sure everything's kind of cool. And over time, they'll get over it. It's just business. Make sure it's separate. And now that you didn't mix anything, you should be good.
Your friendship ain't as big as you thought it was. So you might as well throw that product in there. You trying to protect a friendship might not be worth protecting. So go ahead and make your money. If they willing to walk away from you for being disappointed, then y'all might not be good enough friends. So let that go.
Yeah.
All right, out of the 813, it says, I have a neighbor who has a seriously healthy sex life, and we hear it all every night. Our master bedrooms are next to each other, so their bedtime has Dolby sound 5 nights a week. The apartment under us complains about my kids running back and forth, and the leasing office always leaves us noise ordinances. What am I supposed to do? Do I do the same and go to the leasing office, or should I be the bigger person and go to them directly? Whatever it is, it's got to stop because we are kept up all night.
I've dealt with this.
Yeah, you want to be the bigger person and go to them directly first. And hopefully talk it out that way before you get the leasing office involved, because that's your neighbor at the end of the day. You want to have a peaceful relationship with your neighbor, and that's the person that you got to be next to all the time. You don't want to live next to somebody that you hate, because then it turns into a war.
Can you imagine
what is
hearing that all the
what is
time?
the leasing office going to do, though? Like, I mean, the leasing office can't be like, hey, don't play your radio loud. We're not playing the radio loud. Don't run. We're not running. Like,
They could move you units.
because of sex?
Yes,
Yeah, dude.
absolutely.
So me having sex loud is something that you're going to go to the leasing office about, and then they're going to write you and say no loud sex?
Dude, if they're complaining about my kids, of course I'm going to complain about
But
you.
I think your kids are running and they're jumping and they're doing all this stuff
Noise
that could
is
be
noise.
blocked.
And they're running and jumping in the bed, and they are being loud. And if it's enough for me to write here, then it's loud enough for me to complain. And
I don't know. I had a neighbor in Tallahassee and they got it in. And we laid there in the bed and would listen. And honestly,
For inspiration?
no, it wasn't even inspirational. We just knew after he was only going to go for like 12 to 15 minutes. So we would just wait it out.
Well, there you go.
We would hear him start and be like, hey, I remember, but JB, my roommate, was like, hey, they at it again, dog. I'm like, yeah. He get out the shower. He's like, how long they been going? I'm like, about 6 minutes. He's like, all right.
But to you guys' entertainment, to them, they probably have the kids around too, and they're hearing it as well. So
Nah, they
you gotta
said
think of
master
it.
bedroom next to master bedroom. Listen, you got the headboard,
Yeah.
and you hear it slowing down, then you hear
And then you hear Diddy, and then you hear
speed up.
Then you hear
You like-
Diddy, take that.
No, they about to be done. They about to be done. We can time this out. I mean, you ain't got to tell on
Once you hear
everybody.
the thumper coming, that's when you know he's almost done.
So we had an apartment complex manager just check in now. We will call people and tell them they need to keep their personal business personal. And they'll probably be embarrassed
That's
once
a nice.
they find
That's
out.
a nice way to say it.
Yeah.
That's professional. Okay. All right.
Out of the 727, my boyfriend always complains that I never initiate freaking time. Okay. To be honest, it never really is on my mind like it is his. How do I go about this?
Girl, you need to get on your man. You get, put a little bit of effort into your relationship. You got to water that garden every now and then. He wants to feel wanted and needed and appreciated, just like you. So take advantage of him when he's least expecting it. I mean, even if you put it in your calendar, I know that doesn't sound as sexy as it should, but if it's not on your mind, you can definitely put it in your calendar and be like, hey, if he's in the shower, hop in with him. Make sure it's fun, and he's going to appreciate that over time.
Yeah, you better get on that before your boyfriend go and cheat. I'm just
That-
going to be
that
honest.
had like a kind of shiver went down my back when you said get in the shower, because it's like we always get hosed to get in the back.
Yeah.
Like when we don't get any water.
Yeah.
So it's not as sexy as it has.
Well,
it has a
wait till
place
he's
in
out.
your brain, but a
Yeah.
lot of guys back there just shriveled up. It's like, oh man, this ain't like the movies.
Yeah.
You got to have one of those ones that got multiple directional like flow and stuff. If you
Okay,
ain't got
wait till
that,
he's out and dried off and then take advantage of him.
There you go.
As guys, when we're in a relationship, that's our down payment for the booty. That's what we feel like.
Down payment?
It might not sound right, but what I'm saying is, like, when we're in relationships, we want to be that with our girlfriends. We want to be intimate with our girlfriends. But if we're not getting it from there, that's why a lot of guys step out, because we're not getting it at home.
I have one from the 727. Just looking for a little advice from you guys. Wondering how you ladies would feel if you saw your man texting with his friends and the friend group and the friends are saying things to put you down or talking about your weight, and your man doesn't say anything in response or agrees on a level. I've tried to ignore it, but just it's keeping it to myself. Are the boys just being boys, or shouldn't my man stand up for me?
Okay. Okay, so this is something actually that I pulled for Rich, because Rich has a like a friend group. We all have like
Group
text
chat.
groups that we have that are like ongoing conversations. But a lot of times Rich will come in and tell us something. And I saw this online. I forgot where we put it, but it's a great synopsis of group text where you shouldn't be seeing what the guys are saying to each other. Because you can check his phone if that's part of your relationship, and looking for, random ladies and anything that's out of pocket because you don't want to be betrayed. But when you see the man text, that's the group of text of friends, don't go in there, because there are men in there that are being vulnerable with their male friends and saying things to each other. Not everything is just, scoffing and jokes. There are men in there who are sharing in a safe space for men to talk to other men. And that's not supposed to be shared with the woman. So they're being honest or being joke and maybe being a little too crass or whatever it is, but that's supposed to be a safe space.
But
Yeah.
she's being made fun of.
No, it doesn't
But she wouldn't
matter.
know unless she was breaking the rule of going in that chat to look at it. That's the point. Don't go in your man's chat.
Okay.
And it's I'll pull the audio for you at some point. But I mean, I just want you guys to understand that the way we talk about men not having a safe space, their group chat is that. And so if you go in there, you're breaking it.
Yeah, you have to understand the dynamics of the group chat. The same way that you ladies aren't going to understand what we're saying in our group chat, we're not going to understand what you're saying in your group chat. You guys, it's locker room talk. And with the guys, they're going to roast people. You know what? We love the people that we roast. So you should actually take that as a little bit of endearment, because if they're roasting you,
You just called me fat. I'm supposed to be like, yay, they talked about me.
No, but
No, you're not supposed to know.
you're not
But
supposed
she
to know.
did, so should she bring it up?
No, she should stay
never.
out of the men's chat.
Yes.
Like we
That's
had a man. Okay, listen.
That's a breach of privacy.
Don't get mad at me.
I'm not gonna break any like rules.
Okay, what? You better tell me now.
We had a male chat, like a friend chat, group chat, where we were talking kind of not trash, but one person was digging on one of my guys' wives because she stutters.
Okay.
And
Damn.
so he was like, every time he would talk about it, he would kind of stutter his lines.
Yeah.
Like he's like, hey, so, and everybody would start laughing. He was like, man, you go get off my wife. He's like, I'm sorry, but whatever. And again, it was just him being stupid.
Right.
But everybody understood it was in the chat. If that woman saw that, she would be like, oh, they tearing me up. And that's not, you need to defend me. And but he knows it's the guys. He gives as much as he gets, because he talks about a couple of our other friends that can't have, pretty much anybody over to eat because she can't cook. So he's made comments. So it's just, she don't understand it.
Guys
when
just
she
ripping
sees
on
it.
each other.
Guys are going to do that.
Yep.
Stay out of the man's chat. Just stay out of it. That's like therapy. You don't want to be in there messing around.
Yeah, that's a breach of privacy right there.
Wait, we're going to squeeze one more in out of the 727. It says, as men, what are your thoughts? Your sister's boyfriend of less than a year is whooping your nephew with a belt. He's leaving bruises.
Less than a year?
Of less than a year. Leaving bruises. And your sister is aware of this. CPS says it's okay. There's a fine line between abuse and discipline. And now the family can't see the nephew. He is 4.
Okay, so the nephews for I mean, this just pisses me off immediately hearing something like this. An innocent child being abused. So I mean, I don't.
It's abuse by definition if you're leaving bruises, and if you're losing, and if you're using ancillary stuff. I mean, according by definition, and I know we always pick on timeout parents and the whole, conversation. But the thing is, you're supposed to use your hand. You're supposed to just wrap like, 1 or 2 times and not leave a mark. Anything more egregious than that can get you a visit by some folks with letters on their business cards. So, I get that everybody parents in different ways, but some dude that is just moved in and is less than a year in there, and then they're trying to be the disciplinarian.
I'm going to fight somebody.
I mean, that's where some cousins got to come visit.
Right.
That's where all of the family got to come over and just be outside your yard.
And you need to talk to her.
Like, hey, look here, this ain't how we do that in this family.
Right.
You trying to make it to the holiday, we need to make sure you understand that
maybe she can live with you guys.
You'll get dealt with.
Yeah, big time.
Honestly, I would say something, and not even to him. I would get somebody involved in this, whether it be other people in the family got an intervention, but you definitely need to talk to somebody and say something about it so that it is addressed.
Take photos, evidence, proof.
Yeah, definitely address it. Do all the evidence. Take, like Meredith said, take the pictures, do everything that you need, but definitely get somebody involved.
Yeah, they said they need to take that child. That is not okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, there are people who are, he is not the father. He's only been there a year. There's a lot of people who are chiming in on this. I got to tell you, that's very true. I mean, their evidence is there. If there's an anger issue, and how mad are you at my child and you just got here?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And the child could mess up. The child is 4.
Right.
Like, that's when they're supposed to mess up. So, yeah, you got to call your biggest cousins and come over there and help them move him out of there because you don't want that kind of smoke.
Yep,
all right?
exactly.
And that is a wrap. It is Therapy Thursday with Demesman and Dover. We're rocking with him, of course. Every Thursday morning, we try and give you a little bit of something to talk about.
Orlando and the Freak Show. If you know, you know.
Thank you for watching this video. For all things wild, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.